Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm doing more videos. For this one we're going to be doing TvT, and again, like I did in my last video for the TvP one, this month I am trying to do my videos against actual players. So here we have another teammate of mine on Born Gosu. We have Drift. He is a up-and-coming great player. But for this video, we're going to be covering another Reaper Fast Expand build. Currently in the TvT meta in the map pool right now, all the maps are pretty big and easily defensible, so Reaper Fast Expand seems to be the meta. Now, unlike our usual TvTs, we're actually going to be going racks first with this build. Make sure that when you do this build, you're on a map that's really easy to defend, like Thunderbird, Triton, or Acropolis. So after your racks, you're going to go ahead and drop a refinery, just like you would in TvZ or TvP. And yeah, after that, you're just going to kind of chill here. You can send in a SCV scout at 18. Some people like to do it at 17. I think 18 is a little bit better right now, because we're going to try and go for a bunker at 220 here. And the SCV from an 18 scout will get home just in time at 220 to throw down that bunker. Otherwise, when you make a depot here, the SCV, once it's done the depot, gets here just in time to make a bunker at 220 as well. It's important that you know stuff like this as you're like getting higher, you know, going from Diamond to Masters or Masters to Grandmasters, because it's just important timing and game knowledge stuff that you want to pick up on. So we're going to go ahead and go Reaper, Orbital, send our SCV down here, and we're going to just have our SCV scout what's going on. Now, if he's going double gas, we definitely want to throw down that bunker. And we can see here, just because we see the factory, it's double gas. We want to see if he did a gas pull, which you can see from the lack of SCVs that he did gas pull. So, we know what we're up against now. So we're going to go ahead and send the SCV right here. Then we're going to go ahead and make a Marine and a depot. After the Reaper, that is. So the Reaper is going to chill right here. Our Scout SCV, because it went a little too far in, may not get there just in time, but it's still okay. And we're going to just send our Reaper forward. We're going to go ahead and drop a factory, it's a little bit late, and a refinery. I'm going to go ahead and do a reactor right away. We're not going to chase this up the ramp because his Reaper could be there. And we're going to go ahead and drop a bunker. Send the SCV back. You can keep our Reaper here if you want. I like to always go aggressive with my Reaper because as Reaper Fast Expand, if you kill the other person's first Reaper, it is so huge. It's such a nice advantage. However, the downside is if you lose your Reaper, it can almost be game over. So do it at your own risk. Be safe with it. The usual jazz. So we're going to go ahead and throw our units in here. We can send the Reaper home now because he may be going across the map. We're going to make 2 Marines, a Hellion, and a Starport. I'm just going to rally in here. Reminder, if you do like my content, when people do this, make sure you pull the workers, and you just try to go for damage. Because they're going to try and sack for your workers, so as long as you're not losing too many workers, you should be okay. You can see we kind of just like pull our workers back, and then we get back in here. We didn't lose the mule, so it's okay, but they usually would want to sack for damage. So the 2 ways to stop this is to either make your workers in the main base and then later pull them down, or you just kind of pull workers. So now after this tech lab's done, you're going to go ahead and send the SCV here, and you're going to put the starport on the tech lab, depot, and we're going to send it here, Raven, gas. We're going to unload this one Marine here. We're going to send it to a watchtower. You want to get early watchtower control if you can. We know that he went double gas, and we know that he's already expended his units. So we're going to go ahead and send the heli into the other watchtower. Then we're going to go siege tank. Depot. We're putting the depots in the corners here just to act as spotters for liberators and all that, because he still could be going starport. So be mindful of that. Have your Marines in position. And at about 4:30, we can throw down a 3rd CC. And we just kind of watch the sensor towers here in the middle. We're going to go ahead and throw down another depot. Another Raven. I'm going to make constant Marines. We can move the tank over here. Go ahead and start another siege tank up. Supply depots are a little bit slow, but not to worry. Again, map control is important, so we have a lot of Marines, so we can take one and we can set it here to the middle of the map. This will just act as vision when they're moving across. We will be able to tell, unless they go like a really ghetto route like this, which would be quite awkward, really. But you get the idea. It's just general like coverage. So now we're gonna throw down 2 more barracks. We're gonna lift up the starport. We're gonna swap the barracks and the starport. Now, from here, you can either choose to go Vikings or medevacs. Currently in Korea, the preference seems to be on medevacs, so we're going to be going medevacs this game. I'm going to go ahead and make another siege tank. Now, there's many ways to play TvT, but with the current style that I've been finding the most successful as of late is going 5 racks before eBays. Typically, I used to go eBays before I went extra barracks, but this seems to be working right now, so... You can kind of change it up however you'd like. You just do it in increments of 2 usually. So now we're going to unsiege our units. We're going to grab our units here. Now take note, this is a real game. So my opponent is trying to win here. This isn't kind of like a... my opponent's like kind of doing whatever he wants deal, but like I am playing this like I would a normal TvT. So we're going to go ahead and keep making units, keep making tanks and stuff. We're going to bring our units out here. I like to take the 3rd base over here on Acropolis, because the siege spot here is easier to defend than it is right here, in my personal opinion. Plus, the sensor tower, when they control it here, is really nice for them. So we're going to go ahead and grab some workers. We're going to send it down here. We're going to throw a depot right here. Double refinery, double eBay. I'm gonna keep making units. More medevacs than we can. Actually, we're gonna skip this round of medevacs. We're gonna go depot, depot, and then we're gonna do, once these are done, +1/+1, sensor tower 1, sensor tower 2. And we're just gonna posture our tanks defensively. Focus on maxing out. We know we went double gas, so we have the macro advantage. We're just kind of at this point anticipating for him to make a move out, because he has to do something to kind of get the advantage back into his favor, while we just want to macro up and kind of catch him out in the middle of the map. Because no matter what, with this type of style, you're always going to have more Marines. So you're just waiting for them to kind of overextend so you can catch out on it. So now you can also put down like 2 turrets here if you're afraid of a drop. We can throw a scan down here. We can see what he has. You can see like we have a massive macro advantage, so we can actually go ahead and take our next base, just because, you know, we have the freedom to, we have the money, we don't really have to worry about anything. We have more army. So we're also going to go ahead and start more siege tanks. We're actually starting to float a lot on gas, so we can start up our medevacs again. I'm going to cut workers for a little bit. We'll start an armory over here. We can also start a factory, second one. And we can just keep going with our medevacs. Now, you can see just outside the sensor tower, we actually have our Hellion. It's pretty nice. Oh, we can see he's starting to take control of it, so we can send... We see 2 Marines, so we're going to send 4 Marines. You can see, like, controlling this little area is really important. You can kind of micro him out of the bush by moving a Marine just to block it. Some little micro tricks you can do. We can use the covering of the smoke screen there to kind of cover for our little move out here, and we can just kind of send our Marines in. And we just kind of want to evenly saturate our bases. You can see as the army finishes, we can start +2/+2. And send this Hellion away because we're watching on the minimap. Go back to our army, send more Marines in. It seems like a lot to deal with, but this is honestly very important to keep up with. It's very useful too. Having map control is really big. You can see he has a Marine kind of useless over here. Oh, we can see a fight's going on here. We can have our Hellion come in just to aid us a little bit. And we win the fight. Okay, and we're almost maxed out, so we're just going to keep on making stuff. Keep making tanks, keep making medevacs. Keep our defensive posture up. We need to get control of that map again. This is a constant battle in TvT. In this type of position, you're not really doing much, so keeping control of the middle is very important. You want to always have just like 1 or 2 Marines extra over them for each like little move out here. So we can see he has a lot of Marines there. So we can take about 2 medevacs and a tank's worth. Kind of kind of mow through this, you know? Because we have the air vision now, so we can kind of fight this back. Throw down another CC. And now, because we're maxed out, we can grab our whole army. We grab this portion of it, this portion. We can throw a scan down. We see he's moving out. We see he's going Vikings. He didn't push with it because he didn't scout properly, so we have a little bit of an advantage here. He knows where we are, so we just need to kind of take a safer engagement. We see he's sieged here because of the towers, so we can find another angle. And this is kind of where TvT gets a little bit tricky because you're finding like lots of angles to poke and prod. But we want to catch up on air, so we're going to drop down 2 starports, another armory, and just kind of go from there. Oh, we want to concave because we see he's trying to engage into us. We see he's sieged here, so we can kind of play around this by going around. Okay, so we see he's anticipated this move. We can disable, disable, disable. And then we can just go for a really big arc. And this is kind of what TvT is all about. Just getting that really big arc and finding that great position. And you can see we really won just because we had that kind of vision on our opponent. So if we actually look back here and we look at his vision, he had a general idea of where our army is, but he can kind of anticipate here. But then he doesn't see us until here, where you can see all of his marines are caught out and his tanks just get disabled. From there you can see a large concave. And then the fight just kind of goes our way because we had the better position. And this is all really thanks to just having vision in TvT and knowing how to posture your army, which when you're trying to learn TvT, this is really important stuff. Also, solid upgrade lead here. Marines with this style will always like have a significant number over the gas first player, where they will have a Viking lead or a tank lead. So be aware of your advantages and disadvantages with each build. Usually Reaper fast expand, more minerals, gas first, more tech. Anyways, that's the video. If you like this format, let me know. If you like these kind of explanations and first person views, as well as like I guess kind of like little mini replay analysis, let me know. And again, thank you for watching.